Hi everyone, it's Shelby here. Welcome back to A Little Literary Love. I'm glad you all are with me today. I'm really excited. It's now December. I can't believe that. So I'm going to be going over my winter TBR. I decided to make my TBRs more like seasonal, because usually I'm in the mood like seasonal wise for like books, and I don't know, it's minimally easier for me to stick to the TBR a little bit. I still have way too many books on my TBR and it's really hard for me to get through them, but these are like all the books that I'm hopeful to get through. I'm kind of like in the corner filming because the light and the sun was just like in my face, so didn't care for that. But yes, so along with the other video that I did talking about how I'm trying to prioritize BIPOC authors, I still have like a lot of that I'm wanting to get through in December to finish up 23 for 23. So along with those, and some of those books I also just kind of like briefly put on this list because they're like my top ones that I want to get to, but then I have a lot of other ones too. So this will kind of go through like January and then February as well. All of the books on here, except for like a few, are books that are also the authors that are going to Readers Take Denver. So I'm going to that book convention in April. So that is also what I'm trying to prioritize, is reading more of those authors that I haven't read before, just to try to narrow down like who I want to try to visit while I'm there, and who I want to pre-order books from to potentially, hopefully save me some money. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just trying to be as smart about it as I can be, because there's a lot of authors, like a ton of authors that are going, and a ton that I think their books look really good, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm trying to be a little bit more frugal, and I don't want to buy a book from somebody that I don't like the book. Like I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. And we're going to get into the books that I have on my TBR. So the first two books are actually new releases that are coming out that I'm super excited for. The first one being House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I have pre-ordered this. This is the third book of the Crescent City series, and I'm so hyped for this book. I have taken off work like after my Amazon book is supposed, because I ordered from Amazon, after it's supposed to arrive. And I'm basically just going to binge read this. If I can, I might try to read the second book first, like reread it going into this one. But there's a lot of like cliffhangers that happen at the end of the second book, and I'm just so excited for it. Then the other release that's coming out that I have also pre-ordered is Sanctuary of Shadow by Aurora Asher. I haven't read this author, but I've heard really good things about her. I know she writes a lot of like paranormal. I think she's written maybe some monster romance too. And this is like her first book that is traditionally published. She got picked up by, I want to say it was Tor Books Publishing. And this one is kind of like with Iron Flame. Like when you pre-ordered Iron Flame, it had like the sprayed edges, like the first so many copies of it got sprayed edges. So this book also has that. All I know about this is it's like a fantasy romance, and it involves a circus of some kind. I don't know. I thought it looked really good. Then we're getting into all of the Readers Take Denver authors that I am wanting to get to. So I have Choosing Theo by Victoria Aveline. This is an alien romance, and I've heard really good things about it. This is about this girl who gets kidnapped by aliens, and then she gets rescued by this other group of aliens, but in rescuing her, she has to like make a deal with them and follow their rules, and part of their rules is that she has to get married to one of their aliens. So I think that sounds good. Oh, I also have a lot of Omegaverse on here because I haven't read Omegaverse in a while and I'm really wanting to. So one of my Omegaverse picks is going to be Lilacs and Leather by Thora Woods. She's an Omegaverse author. This is just an Omegaverse. It looks kind of like more contemporary Omegaverse. And it's about this Omega that's on the run. And then another book by Thora Woods is going to be Gilded Dreams. I solely want to read this just because it's Dragon Shifter Omegaverse and the cover. Like, I don't know. I just really vibe with this cover and I want to read it. Then I have Monster Mishap by Rory Miles. This looks super cute. This is supposed to be a cozy monster romance, and this sounds like it is also a portal fantasy. So this human falls like into this monster realm, and when she gets there, she is, it sounds like maybe like fated mates potentially with this monster guy. And I don't know, it just looks really cute and I can't wait to read it. Then I have Lady of Darkness by Melissa Rorich. This is a new adult fantasy series, and I think that's a pretty long series, so I think I saw that it was like 5 books long, but I've heard really good things about this series. This is... So it sounds like, so there's this girl and she's trained like as an assassin along with her sisters, but she gets taken captive, and then her captors like give her a job, and if she finishes this job and does it, then she can get something that she wants, and what she wants is revenge against this person that murdered her mother. And I think there's also been like a enemies to lovers trope in this one, maybe. It sounds really good. I've heard really great things. Then I have Black Swan Affair by K.L. Krieg. I've been wanting to try this author out, and this book sounds like an angsty soap opera-y kind of mess, and I'm very intrigued and I want to read it. So this is apparently about this heroine, and she has a crush on this guy, but he doesn't reciprocate, I guess, and he ends up marrying her sister, and this ticks her off. So she, in turn, marries his brother. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but it sounds really good. Then I have Golden Wings and Pretty Things by Kaylee King. This one has been recommended to me because I love age gap stories. All I know about this one is that it is age gap. But then it is also, it sounds like it's a Your Dad Can Do It Better. And what I mean by that is I think she is dating his son. But then obviously like something happens and they get together. So I love that trope so much. So I'm excited to read that one. Then I have Eternally Damned by January Rain. I also had this on my fall TBR and never got to it. This is a vampire romance, and it's about this vampire that's like been sleeping for hundreds of years, and the only way that he can wake is to consume the blood of his mate. And so he is trying to find his mate and get her to wake him up. Even like, I don't know how that happens. I don't know if like they can connect like spiritually or something. I don't know, but I want to check this one out. Then I have Brutal Obsession by S. Massery. I have this one on my list because this is one of my friends' like favorite authors. Like, she is obsessed with this author. So I want to try it out for her to see if I like it. So this is a hockey romance, and it also kind of sounds like it's a bully romance. So we'll see how this goes, because I feel like I'm kind of like grown out of my bully romance phase. It's not books that I really gravitate towards anymore, and they kind of annoy me at times. So we'll see. If it's done well, I will enjoy it. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm excited to try her out. Then I have How Does It Feel by Janine O'Reilly. This book apparently is like all over TikTok, and it's kind of exploded. This is another portal fantasy romance where this human apparently falls into a fae realm, and when she gets there, the fae, that person that she meets, he thinks that she is an assassin out to kill him. So, don't know how that's gonna go. But I've heard, like, everybody's really enjoying this one. Then I have another Omegaverse one, Not All Is Lost by Elizabeth Knight. This one sounds like it's more, a little bit more like dystopian. So Omegas are sold on the black market. So our heroine finds out that she is an Omega, so then she is on the run. That seems to be kind of a theme with a lot of Omegaverse books, is that these Omegas are on the run because they're going to get sold, or they don't want to mate with a pack, or they want to be their own person, so they run away, kind of thing. But I'm here for it. Then I want to get to Her Night with the Duke by Diana Quincy. I really want to read some Diana Quincy because she is Palestinian. I think I'm saying that correctly. So with everything that's going on with Palestine and the genocide that Israel is committing against genocide, I want to try to support more Palestinian authors. So Diana Quincy is one. I think, I could be wrong, I haven't done all of my research, I need to keep researching, but I think she is one of the only romance authors. So I'm also planning on maybe reading some like nonfiction books too about Palestine. But anyway, so she wrote this. She's a historical romance author, and this sounds so good. I have heard that this is a sweet but steamy romance. So basically this is our heroine and our hero. They happen to cross paths at an inn and they end up having a one-night stand. Love that. And especially for a historical romance, because women don't really do that in historical romance, so I love to see that in a historical romance. But then she finds out that he is the fiance or about to get married to her stepdaughter. It sounds so good. I cannot wait to read it. Then I have Dark City Omega by Elizabeth Stevens. This is another Omegaverse. I've heard really good things about this one. Katie Robert actually has read this and raved about it, that this is probably one of her favorite books of the year. So if Katie loves it, I have really high hopes for this one. This is another Omega on the run, and it was hard to figure out from the synopsis what this is about, but apparently she catches the scent of a berserker, which I'm assuming is somewhat like an alpha. I don't know, and I don't know if this could be bad potentially. I'm assuming, I don't know, but it sounds really good. Then I have Music of the Night by Angela J. Ford. I really wanted to try some of her because she is a Black author that writes fantasy romance, and I've also been like in a fantasy romance kind of mood. This one is supposed to be, it is a fantasy, but it is Phantom of the Opera retelling, but also Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm excited to try this. Then I have That Sick Love by Jessie Hall. This is another book that was on my fall TBR list. Never got to it. This is a stalker romance, and I've heard it also talks a lot about, I think, organized religion, but like, I'm almost wondering if it's more like borderline like cult that it talks about. So I'm curious about it. I know people really love this one. Then I have Hostile Saint by India R. Adams. This is an MC romance, and I haven't read an MC romance in a while. I've kind of been in the mood for it since Gianna Darling announced that she's releasing her newest book in her MC romance series right here, and I'm very excited for it. So I'm just like in the mood for some MC romance. But this one, I figured out that this series is like fairy tale retellings too within like an MC world. So this one is like a Rapunzel reimagining, and I'm really excited about that. Then I want to read Big Nick Energy by Morgan Elizabeth. She has some different like holiday romances. So there's this one. This, like, the whole blurb for this just says that it is a single mom cowboy Christmas romance, and I am here for this. I also love the cover of this. I want to read this. Then I have Dysfunctional by Isabel Lucero. This is a male-male romance. It is a dark romance, but this is like a killer versus killer romance. Like, it sounds like there's this one person, guy, whatever, that is a killer, and he starts stalking this other guy that is a killer and becomes intrigued by him, and I'm assuming they clash a little bit, but then it turns into, I don't know, I'm here for it. I'm super excited. Then I have Drakus Clan by Alexis Pierce. So this is actually like a omnibus of this full series, and I really like the cover of it, so that's pretty cool. And this is like dragons, so it sounds like this girl finds out that she is a dragon princess, and it sounds like it's a reverse harem too, because she has mates, and I don't know, it's just, and she's supposed to like save the kingdom or the realm or something. It sounds really cool, and like I said, I really like this cover, so I want to read it. Then I have We Are Worthy by Alicia Williams. I've heard good things about Alicia Williams, that she writes pretty steamy stories, but this is supposed to be a sweet Omegaverse story, where it's like at a university, and this Omega has to go there to learn how to be an Omega and to find her pack, and she doesn't like all of the packs that are like pushed towards her, and she wants to find her like true pairing, and it happens to be this group of outcasts. It sounds like they're like nerdy outcasts, maybe, I don't know. It sounded really cute, and I want to try it. And then the last book that I have on my winter TBR is going to be The Sinner and the Scholar by Lana I'm going to butcher her last name. Yeah, I don't know. And this one is, it sounds like it's an enemies to lovers. This is an assassin. She is an assassin trained by the Sisterhood. And he is a demon hunter from the Vatican, and he's supposed to like kill her or like hunt her down or something. I don't know, but it sounds really good, and I can't wait to try it out. So there we go. There are all of the books that I am hopefully going to get to in the next few months of winter, in anticipation for Readers Take Denver, and trying to read some more BIPOC authors, and I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. So let me know in a comment down below some of the books that you are planning on reading in either just December or in the next few months with winter. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and otherwise I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.